hours of 3:30, and 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's usually when we get our interviews done. So hopefully today is a good day and everything works out. Well, it depends on what's going on for the day. Obviously, Aroldis Chapman was activated off the disabled list, so he's one of the storylines of the day. He's throwing right now out there. He said he would talk to me when he comes off, but we have to wait for his translator, Marlon Abreu, to be done with something he's doing. So he's coming, but we don't have any Marlon, so I'm going to try to convince him to speak English today. Aroldis, you're now back on the active roster. Are you looking forward to getting back out on the mound in a meaningful game?
The buttons over here is where I talk to the talent. I can talk right into their ears individually. I can also talk to all of them at once. So sometimes I'll have 3 or 4 people going at once. It's kind of like hearing voices. It's a little scary, but that's how this is how we all talk to each other internally in the truck.
Just about 30 seconds.
20. They're 10 seconds early. Just take my count. 15, 11, 10. Part of the job as producer is to get all the promos in and all the sponsored items, the enhancements that companies have paid for to be in the show. And I have to keep track and control when it goes in and make sure it gets in. So tonight we have an interview in game in the 3rd inning with Aaron Boone, the manager, during the game. So it'll be in between innings. So I wrote myself a note of when that is, and it brings the audience closer to the game, which is part of the goal of what we want to do here every night. So
Standing by 3 billboards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back.
Just confirming, copy 18, right?
Boone interview, end of 3.
We're basically building all the graphics for tonight's telecast. So basically everything that's highlighted is all the sponsored elements, all the sponsored graphics that are going to be in the show that we're responsible for.
A lot of times because of when we do our show at 6:30, all those guys are preparing and getting ready. So any interviews that we do for the most part, we have to do around this time, and then we'll feed them in the show, maybe use them in the game broadcast, depending on what it is and what they say. Thank you, appreciate it.
They'll bring it to the production truck, but the production truck will send all the footage up to the Stanford studios, and they'll use it there in their pregame show. Cool.
Go, Joe. All right. You ready to go?
All ready.
Okay, good. Thank you, Joe.
All right.
So what's happening is that we're going to discuss the rundown upstairs, the format for today's pregame show. So I'm going to go talk to some people upstairs, make sure we have the appropriate video and graphics to accompany that.
Hey, bud.
How are you doing? Okay, excellent.
You want to see these?
Yeah, please. These are the cards.
There's Anduar.
Okay, good.
Good. And Jeff.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Those are both for pre?
No. Sheffield's going to be for batting practice for
Got it.
Josh, and Andy Horf will be for pre.
Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to walk through the next room. Hey, guys. How are you doing? So, obviously...
This is where we put together the pregame show, postgame show, highlight packages. These pieces of equipment are called Elvis. Basically a giant computer, 6 hard drives tied together. We cut it up, spin it around, make packages out of it, and spit it back out again. Ryan here's my AD. He goes through the information given to him by the producer. With the 2 of us, we put it together in package form. Amanda is doing the same thing with Cameron. She's going through stats and coming up with numbers that will support the graphics that we're going to use. And same thing, Cameron's building packages for today's batting practice show, actually. Everybody works together. Everybody covers everybody else. If he needs help on something, I'm there. If I need help on something, he's there. Really, I said it before, everybody here is the best of the best, and everybody here really goes out of their way to put on the top shelf show every single day.
I think baseball, the beauty of baseball is you play every day, and we are reminded how quickly the momentum or the feelings about your team can change. And that's what I thought about the Yankees when they won yesterday. It just felt more like the team they expected to have. I think they feel a lot better about themselves heading into this game tonight than they did 48 hours ago.
Yeah, so I think I'll set you up with something like playing off of last night's word, make it a clean sweep.
I like
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yep.
A well-played game, sending the continued message that we can compete with you if we meet you in the playoffs.
I'll mash it all into one thought somehow.
Okay, good. Good. Speaking of mash and mash up, and I don't know if music's a part, but we're working on something for you before the end of the season. I'll leave it at that. Opening comments, music.
You're working on something for me? It might have something to do with my opening comments very often being song titles.
Oh, that could.
And then they're going to get little snippets of music. This sounds like a treat. I'm excited about
We'll
it.
see. We'll hopefully live up to expectations.
A day for us is, we come in around 4 or 5 hours before we even go on the air, and we're putting together an information packets for the talent and for the producers and for the crew upstairs so that they have all the information pertinent to that game that day.
We've kind of honed in on what exactly we're looking for and, how to discern certain information.
And that's really what research is. I mean, research, a lot of people come to us and say, yo, you guys must know a lot. And to be honest, yeah, we do. Some stuff sticks, some stuff doesn't, but we really know where to find things. And that's 90% of our job is looking stuff up and knowing how to get to it quickly and get to it accurately. We all have a kind of a favorite stat that we kind of harp on. My favorite one was, Babe Ruth. Nobody knows that he actually pitched for the Yankees a few times. So he had a 5-0 record as a Yankee pitcher.
Exactly on that note, the Yankees have such an illustrious history that, whenever we find a player or a stat that it's the first of its kind in Yankee history, that's something that we're really excited about and we want to push into our broadcast because, you see names like Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig and Joe DiMaggio, and then you have guys like Miguel Andujar, present day young players that are, on the same lists as that we're looking at as some of the all-time greats. So that's exciting for us to look at for sure.
James is our resident guru researcher. We lean on him heavily for a lot of research and digging into the numbers.
We also work directly with James. We are in direct communication with him in the booth.
We're always trying to identify the trends. Is a player trending up? Is a player trending down? Trying to identify patterns and then how we can implement that into the broadcast of the game.
There's been some studies recently that have been done that are coming to some conclusions. The ball is definitely traveling further, which would be one explanation for the home run surge across both leagues.
Exit velocity has become a big thing. Pitch speed. You talked about the ball is getting faster. The ball is getting faster, it's being thrown faster, and therefore it's leaving the ballpark faster. And people are thrilled and want to know where that ball landed, how far did it go. It's our job to delve deeper into the numbers and figure out what's going on.
David does a lot of the analytics and the numbers. I kind of just watch the game and kind of talk. I'm not like everybody else in the booth, really. I don't even keep score up there. Hey! What's up? And then, you usually do a little work on the field, see what's going on down there, and then come up here, read the notes, and see if anything has happened as far as players being activated, sent out, or anything like that, and just pretty much get an idea of what the game has in front of you.
And that's so
For most of the time when I'm doing the radio show, I put together the lineup, try to get trends, do research, read a lot of the stuff about both of the teams, so that when I come up here, I'm ready to go. You look deep into the pitching matchups, how both of them do against the other team, what their trends have been against the other team, and then you take a look at the players that are hot and what players are hot against those pitchers. So just things that you look out for during the game so it doesn't take you by surprise when it happens. And it's probably worth nothing. Unless he pitches a perfect game, man, it could be worth something.
teammate and someone that, you know, just plays like a winning player. You know, he's done a lot for us. Who
Playoff game, low scoring, create runs, pitching, it's everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back downstairs now.
Thank you.
Okay. BP looks good.
Josh, who's BP tomorrow?
You know, when you've played every day.
20 seconds.
You know, there's fatigue factor, but I
You said.
Appreciate
Hello,
it.
Meredith.
Appreciate
How
it.
are you? I'm good. Any photo bombs? Has Ruocco stayed clear of your camera today?
Not quite.
Okay, how you doing, Meredith?
45.
Thank you. Okay. See you on the dark side.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think we're good for the long
Roll the break.
We hope you're having a great night as we welcome you to the Yankees pregame presented by Chevy. Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry with you. Final game of this 3-game series, a chance for a sweep. But Jack, I'm going to borrow a word that both you and John Flaherty used last night. Don't make it just a sweep. Make it a clean sweep.
Right, clean sweep and a clean style of baseball is what the Yankees are pursuing, Bob, because they're trying to feel good about themselves. Yes, if they manage to win tonight, they will prevent the Red Sox from clinching the AL East, but that division clinching is inevitable.
Bring it in. This one's 133.
Raised
3, 2, 1. Roll the break.
Thank you.
We are clear. Thank you. We'll talk to you for that.
Forward to that, and before we let you go, the Q&A session, it's almost football season, training camps are full on.
If you're going to nitpick or split hairs, that's what you would say. I mean, this Red Sox is a very good team. Look at Eddie. I mean, it's like this too. Yeah. 18 is the first thing.
Said about 30 seconds.
20. They're 10 seconds early. Just take my count. 15. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take us.
From Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, I'm Michael Kay, along with David Cohn,